Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Prachi, and as you already know, I make regular videos on Canadian lifestyle and immigration to Canada. So stay tuned. Okay, so today's video is going to be about how to raise a web form so that you have higher chances of getting a response from IRCC. Now, what exactly is happening right now, guys, is that a lot of people have the COPR documents with them, but right now, because of the border restrictions, because of the travel restrictions that the Canadian government has imposed, a lot of people are not able to travel right now. The Canadian government is basically asking that if you are ready to travel, then you need to raise a web form, and we will assess your situation, and only then we can give you an electronic authorization letter, and only post that you can travel to Canada. Okay, now a lot of people of course have already raised the web form, but they are not receiving any kind of response from IRCC. Guys, the most common mistake that everybody is actually making here is that they are not including the information that the IRCC has asked from you. Okay, so let me tell you what all information you need to provide while raising the web form. Okay, if you visit the Canadian government website, the official website of IRCC, that is canada.ca, you will see that they have clearly mentioned that your travel to Canada has to fall under the category of essential. Okay, which means that even if the travel restrictions do not apply to you, still you have to justify that your travel to Canada is essential. Now, examples of essential travel means that you have a family member there, okay, a close, immediate family member, okay, in Canada, and under the family unification, you need to travel from your country to Canada. This is one category of essential travel. Another category is that you provide some kind of essential services. Okay, for example, if you're a doctor, or if you are supporting the Canadian government in some way in fighting coronavirus. Okay, I will give you the examples of what exactly is meant by essential reason. But basically you need to understand that your reason to travel to Canada has to be essential and not optional. Okay, so one thing is that you have to provide a proper reason why it is absolutely important for you to travel to Canada right now. Okay, secondly, very very important thing, if you check the government website, they have asked for a quarantine plan. Okay, so I am making this video today basically to talk in detail about how to draft your quarantine plan if you are raising a web form. Okay, let's see. Guys, I will be telling you in pointers exactly what all you need to include in your quarantine plan, so please make a note of it and make sure that when you draft a quarantine plan, you include all those points. Okay. Guys, first and foremost, the most important thing is that please create a quarantine plan in the form of a Word document. Okay, do not just paste entire thing into the web form. Just create a separate proper Word document. Okay, and include all the details that I will tell you now, and then attach it as an attachment in the web form. So this is the first thing. Second thing, we'll talk about now what all to include in your quarantine plan. All right, okay, now first thing is, while you are in the flight, what all kind of precautions will you take? Okay, first, heading at the airport or in the flight. Under that, you can mention several steps that you're planning to take in order to avoid the spread of infection. Okay, so at the airport or in the flight, we will be wearing masks at all the times. We will avoid touching our face. We will not touch any other passenger or their belongings. We will not avail any kind of service in the flight or at the airport that requires us to come in close contact with other person. Okay? We will not buy food items from outside. We will carry ready to eat meals with us from home. Okay, and then you can probably specify the number of ready to eat meals so that they know that we've actually planned this whole thing out. For example, minimum 3 packets per person you will carry. Okay, so this first part was what precautions you will take in the flight or at the airport. Second, now you need to tell how are you planning to travel from airport to your place of quarantine. Okay, now when you landed in Canada, you need to make sure that you do not use any kind of public transport, right? So that you do not spread the infection in case you are infected, okay, or in case you've got the infection somehow in the flight or the airport or whatever. So the basic intention is to keep the contact to the minimum with the outside world and with other people, okay. So next part will be transportation from airport to the place of stay. Under that mention, we will not use any kind of public transport. Instead, we will book a private cab to our place of stay, okay. Then in the cab, what all precautions will you take? In the cab, we will wear a mask at all times. We will not pay the driver in cash. We will pay him online using Uber, okay, or any other online payment option. That is your wish, okay. We will not take the help of cab driver or anyone else to put our luggage in the cab or take it out, okay. We will not stop anywhere during our journey to our place of quarantine, okay. So these are all the things that you need to mention while you specify that what all you will do, how exactly will you travel from airport to your place of quarantine, okay. Next, the place of stay. What all precautions will you take when you reach your place of stay, okay. First thing is, that we will book an Airbnb that has internet, kitchen, microwave, refrigerator and the entire place to ourselves, so that we do not share it with anyone, okay. Kitchen and microwave will basically help us in cooking and using ready to eat meals that we will carry with us, okay. Next, we will pre-book our accommodation before leaving for Canada. Third, we will book it for at least 30 days. Now the government is already asking you to quarantine for 14 days, but it is obviously better to just book it for a few more days in case you get infected and you need some kind of buffer period to recover or to extend your quarantine period, okay. Now while we stay there, we will follow the following guidelines for 14 days. What are those guidelines? Stay in the private Airbnb and monitor ourselves for symptoms, even just one mild symptom. Second, wash our face and hands often. Cover while coughing or sneezing, okay. We will not share our personal items with each other or with anyone else. Avoid contact with other people to help prevent transmission of the virus prior to developing. To ensure this, we will not go out. We will not invite any visitors. Next, we will ventilate the house and the room often by opening the window depending on the weather. If we develop any kind of symptoms, we will immediately contact the public health authorities on the numbers given on the website. Now I actually have given the link of the official website of Toronto Healthcare, which is www.toronto.ca/home/COVID-19/. Okay, so every time anytime that we feel that we have developed any kind of symptoms, we will immediately visit this website and we will contact the proper authorities on the numbers given on this particular website. Next, every time we use toilet, we will sanitize it with the toilet seat sanitizer. This is basically to tell them that we are even keeping a distance from our own family members who we are staying with during the period of quarantine, and if we are sharing that washroom, then we will also ensure that we are sanitizing the seat every time, okay. Next, groceries. How exactly are you planning to get the groceries? We will not go out to get our groceries, okay. Instead, we will carry ready to eat meals from our home country. This will be a primary source of food. If required, we will use home delivery food services such as Skip the Dishes or Uber Eats. You can give more examples if you want, so that they know that you've done your research. We will not visit any grocery stores, malls or public places. If required, we will buy the groceries or other items online from the websites such as nofrills.ca, walmart.ca, amazon.ca. So there are a lot of websites which give you home delivery of all the fruits and vegetables that you might need. You can just mention a few examples of that, so that again they know that you've done your research properly. Next, how will you procure medical help or medical supplies in case you need any kind of medical assistance? So first thing is that you will probably, in case you develop the symptoms of coronavirus specifically, then you will contact on the numbers that we just talked about. Okay? But if other than that you require any other kind of medical supplies, how are you going to procure it? So we will not go out for medical supplies. Before leaving for Canada, we will visit a doctor and get all the medications that we might need for issues that we might face. For example, cold, cough, fever, pain, digestion issues, bruises, burns, etc. So to ensure this, guys, you can actually visit your doctor in your home country and just get a list of all the prescription medicines that for the common problems that you might face, and just carry them with yourself along with the prescription. That's very important. Okay. We will also carry the prescription of the medicines. Is the next point. Okay. Cool. Next part. What about phone or SIM card? How exactly are you planning to do that? Because of course you cannot go out to buy a new phone or new SIM card. As far as the phone is concerned, of course there is no urgency to buy a new phone because you will be carrying a phone from your home country with you. So that is not really a concern. You can mention that. As far as the SIM card is concerned, we will not buy a SIM card in Canada for 14 days. We will carry our phones and international matrix SIM card from our home country. Now, guys, there are a lot of companies that provide international SIM cards. You can just confirm from maybe the travel agent, or you can just research online. But a company that I know of is Matrix. They provide international SIM cards, so you can mention their example, and you can probably also buy the SIM card to be used for the first 14 days. And of course, after your quarantine period is over, then you can go ahead and buy the local SIM card in Canada. There are a lot of providers, as you already must have seen in a lot of videos. There are a lot of providers. So after 14 days, it's totally up to you whichever provider you want to opt for. Okay. Next point is, how exactly are you planning to communicate with your family? So to communicate with our families back home, we will use the video calling feature using Airbnb's or hotels Wi-Fi system. Okay. Now, guys, you must have noticed that I am using the word Airbnb time and again instead of a hotel. That is precisely because a hotel will not provide me with a kitchen, so I will not be able to cook my own meals. Okay. I know even in the hotel you can order food from outside, but I just feel that if you have your own kitchen during your period of quarantine, then things get a lot better, because you can't keep ordering all the meals from the hotel, and it is not just going to be expensive but also very unhealthy. So it's better that if you just carry carry some basic stuff from your home country, and then you can just order your groceries online when you reach Canada, and then you can just cook your meals, okay, in your kitchen. Next very important part is, what extra measures will you take to maintain personal hygiene, and how will you take care of your washing needs, washing in the sense laundry, etc. Okay, so there you can mention some examples of items that we will carry from our home country so that we do not have to go out to buy them are soap, toothpaste, toothbrush, towel, detergent, dish soap, etc. So basically you're just mentioning all those items that you might need to wash the dishes, wash your clothes, or just brush your teeth, maintain personal hygiene, etc. So just mention all those examples just to indicate that yes, you are thinking about very very minute details as well, and you will make sure that you don't have to go out at all, and you will be carrying all the necessary stuff with yourself. Okay, guys, so this was an example of a quarantine plan. If you want me to make video on any specific topic, I will do my best to do a research on that specific topic and give you the information. One disclaimer, guys, I am not a certified immigration consultant. I have learned through research. I have filed my own PR application. So I and my husband have filed our own PR application without using any services of any consultant. This is how I know a lot about PR, raising a PR, filing for a PR to Canada. So this is how I share my knowledge with all of you. So please, in case you have any doubts, please feel free to do your own research as well. And I really hope the information that I provide is useful. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. This will basically ensure that any kind of new video I post, you will get notified first of all. And also please like this video so that I know that the content that I'm creating is not just waste, because I'm not really getting any kind of benefit or money out of it. I just like to post videos, and I just like to share my share the things that I do research on. I love researching, and I just love to share that with everybody. So in case you if you like and comment, that is how I will know that the content is actually being well received by everybody, and I should continue doing that. Thank you so much, guys. Stay safe and see you in the next one.